In subtraction of binary numbers, you should consider about the binary order. Okay, binary order. We know what is our binary order first. 0, then 1, then after 10, 11, then after 100. Likewise, this is the priority order of binary numbers. So, as we already know, from 0, when we subtract any value, 0 minus 0, 0 minus 0, that would be 0 again. 0 minus 0, that's 0. Then from 1, when we subtract 0, 1 minus 0, that would be 1. 1 minus 0, that's 1. That's the obvious one. Then 1 minus 1. Okay, we have 1 toffee, we ate 1 toffee, so the remainder would be 0 here. 1 minus 1, it would be 0. Then after, the important thing, next important thing, 10. 10 base 2. Okay, 10 minus 1. Okay, 10 minus 1. 10 minus 1, that's 9. 9 is not a binary number, so less than 9. Next binary number was 1. Okay, 10 minus 1 is 9. 9 is not a binary number, so after 9, less than 9, next binary number was 1. So it would be 1. If you understood the addition part clearly. If you are not clear with that, just look at that again. If you are not clear with the addition, you cannot understand the subtraction part. Okay. Then next thing, 11 minus 1. 11 base 2 minus 1. 11 minus 1 means 11 minus 1 in actual subtraction, that's 10. 10 is a binary number, so we can directly write our answer as 10. 10 base 2. 10 base 2. That is the way you should subtract the answers. Okay, and one more thing. 11 minus, okay, 11 base 2 minus 10. 11 minus 10, 1. 1 is a binary number, so we can write our answer as 1 base 2. One more important thing over here, that is from 0 you cannot subtract 1. From 0 you cannot subtract 1. When there is any occurrence of 0 minus 1, I'll explain how to subtract those things in different manner. Okay, we cannot subtract from 0, we cannot subtract 1. So for that there is another method. I'll explain that while we are dealing with questions. First one, easy. 11 minus 1, that's 10. 10 is an obvious binary number, so we can write it as 10 base 2. 10 minus 1, that's 9. 9 is not a binary number, less than 9. Next binary number was 1. 101 minus 1. So 1 minus 1, this is 0, and here 0 and 1 base 2. Okay. But the important thing is happening over here. 101 minus 11. Okay, let's see. 101 minus 11. So here, in each case, base was 2. In each case, base was 2. In this case, the important thing should be second one. 1 minus 1, 0. That's obvious one. 0 minus 1. We cannot subtract 0. 1 from 0. 0 means nothing. From nothing, we cannot subtract 1. So, in this case, you should think about this one. From 10, when you subtract 1, 10 minus 1, that's 1. 1. This is the way you should answer the question. Okay. From 10, when you subtract 1, that would be 1. 10 minus 1, that's 1. That's the way you should approach the question. Okay, let's see this question. Okay, from 0, we cannot subtract 1. Okay, 0, we cannot subtract 1 here. So, in usual one, what we are doing in a higher number when you subtracting lower number, if you have 727 minus 88, so we cannot subtract 8 from 7. We have to lend some numbers, lend from the higher value. That's the actual thing we have to do over here as well. So from 0 we cannot subtract 1. Here also 0, so we cannot lend. So here we have a number 1. So when you lend this one will become 0. Okay, when you lend 1, this one will become 0 and it will become 10. This one will become 0 and it will become 10. Then look at this, in this 10, when you bring another 1 here, 10 will become 1. Okay, I'll explain again. This is little confusing one, so try to understand this. So from 1, when you lend any number, okay, from 1 only we can lend 1, no? So from 1, when you lend 1, this 1 becomes 0, this 0 will become 10. 1 will become 0, this 0 will become 10. So from 10, when you lend 1 again, this 10 will become 1, because 10 minus 1, that's 1, no? So this 0 will become 10. 0 will become 10. Okay, for assurance, I'll explain again as well, because this is the place where students make mistakes. From 1, here only we have to lend. Okay, because this is 0, this one also 0. 0 from 0, we cannot lend. No. When you lend 1 from here, it will become 0 and this one will become 10. 0 will become 10. Oh, sorry. Yeah. 0 will become 10. 0 will become 10. Then after this 10, from this 10, when you lend 1 again, 10 minus 1, what would it be? It would be 1 and remainder 1. 1 and remainder 1. Then after this is the usual binary subtraction. 10 minus 1, 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. Here 0 minus 1 we cannot subtract, so you should consider about these two numbers together. 10 minus 1, it would be 1 base 2. 1 base 2. This is the way we have to add the values. Now subtract the values. Okay, the lending progress, that was very important. Try to understand this. I'll explain one more question as well. Look at the next question. Here we have 10,001 minus 111. 1111. Okay, you're also base 2. You're also base 2. I'll explain this even more clearly. So 1 minus 1 is 0. So from 0 we cannot subtract the 1. So from here onwards we have to lend. From 1, when you lend 1, this 1 will become 0. This 0 will become 10. 0 will become 10. From 10, when you lend 1 again, 10 will become 1. 0 will become 10. Then from 10, when you lend 1 again, so this one will become 10 and it will become 1. It will become 1. 10 minus 1. Okay. Now after this one, only usual subtraction. 10 minus 1 is 1. 1 minus 1, 0. 1 minus 1, 0. Here also there is a 0. It's not usual to denote a binary number with actual zeros. So finally your answer would be 10 base 2 only, because these are only zeros. No, there is no any 1 before this one, so it does not hold any values. So answer would be 10, only